1964, the radio was overflowing with unforgettable music. Yet somehow, many amazing hits from that era slowly disappeared, while only a handful of classics kept getting replayed. Some of these songs once dominated jukeboxes, dance halls, and car radios across America. Today, they barely get mentioned at all. From emotional ballads to wild rock anthems, these forgotten tracks still capture the spirit of a changing musical generation. So, which 1964 song deserves to become famous again after all these years?
Wear your hair just for him, girl.
Number 1, Wishin' and Hopin' by Dusty Springfield.
Getting, thinking and a praying, wishing and a hoping.
Before Dusty Springfield became one of the biggest voices in British pop music, she scored a memorable breakthrough with Wishin' and Hopin'. Written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David, the song mixed playful lyrics with a sophisticated pop arrangement that immediately stood out on radio stations in 1964.
Just for him, do that thing.
Springfield's smoky voice gave the track personality far beyond a typical pop tune of the era. Even decades later, many music critics still praise her emotional delivery and stylish image.
Planning and dreaming, his kisses will start.
From polished pop vocals, we move into one of the boldest statements any young singer made during the 1960s. Number 2, You Don't Own Me by Lesley Gore. Lesley Gore was still a teenager when she recorded You Don't Own Me, but the song sounded remarkably mature and fearless. Its lyrics challenged controlling relationships at a time when few mainstream pop songs carried such a strong message of independence and confidence. The dramatic orchestra behind Gore's vocals helped make the track unforgettable. Over the years, the song returned through movies, television, and commercials, introducing it to entirely new generations. While Gore demanded freedom and respect, the next song turned heartbreak into elegant soul perfection.
Make believe that you don't see the tears, just let me
Number 3, Walk On By Dionne Warwick.
walk on by.
Walk On By helped establish Dionne Warwick as one of the smoothest vocalists of the 1960s. Once again, Burt Bacharach and Hal David created the song, blending emotional lyrics with graceful orchestration that sounded unlike most pop records at the time.
And I start to cry each time we meet.
Warwick delivered every line with calm heartbreak instead of dramatic sadness, which made the performance even more powerful. Years later, artists across soul, jazz, and rhythm and blues continued covering the song.
In private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry.
From sophisticated heartbreak, we now enter a darker and far more mysterious side of 1964 music. Number 4, The House of the Rising Sun by The Animals. Even though The House of the Rising Sun began as an old folk song, The Animals transformed it into one of rock music's most haunting recordings. Eric Burdon's gritty voice and Alan Price's unforgettable organ performance gave the song a completely new identity. The record became a massive international success and helped prove that folk music could evolve into hard-edged rock. Its dramatic storytelling still sounds cinematic today. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. After that dark New Orleans atmosphere, the mood suddenly shifts toward roaring engines and teenage excitement.
3 deuces and a 4-speed and a 389.
Number 5, G.T.O. by Ronny and the Daytonas. Few songs captured America's car obsession better than G.T.O. by Ronny and the Daytonas. Inspired by the famous Pontiac vehicle, the track celebrated drag racing culture. fast driving, and youthful freedom during the height of the surf rock era. The energetic vocals and revving sound effects helped the song stand out among many similar hot rod records. While groups like the Beach Boys dominated the genre, Ronny and the Daytonas carved out their own place in pop history.
Listen to it whine, come on and turn it on, whine.
From muscle cars and racing stripes, we now arrive at one of the most explosive performances ever recorded by 4 young musicians from Liverpool. Number 6, Twist and Shout by the Beatles. Although Twist and Shout was originally recorded by another group, the Beatles turned it into pure musical chaos in the best possible way. John Lennon reportedly pushed his voice to the limit during the recording session, creating the raw energy that made the track unforgettable. Unlike the polished studio sound of many early Beatles songs, this performance felt wild and almost live. Fans screamed through concerts whenever the group performed it. Even today, the song remains one of the clearest examples of Beatlemania at full power. From Liverpool's explosive energy, we move back across the Atlantic for a fresh take on classic American rock and roll. Number 7, Memphis by Johnny Rivers. Johnny Rivers gave new life to Chuck Berry's Memphis by turning it into a lively rock hit packed with energy and rhythm. Recorded with a loose nightclub atmosphere, the song sounded spontaneous compared to many carefully polished records of the time. Rivers became famous for blending rock, blues, and pop into a style that appealed to both older listeners and younger audiences. His version climbed the charts during the height of the British invasion, proving American artists could still compete successfully. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. From upbeat rock and roll, we slow things down for a forgotten romantic ballad.
My little angel is getting married.
Number 8, White on White by Danny Williams.
Here she comes in her wedding gown, looking like...
White on White gave singer Danny Williams one of the most elegant ballads of 1964. Backed by sweeping orchestration, the song painted dreamy images of weddings, romance, and emotional devotion that connected deeply with listeners at the time.
She has been my only love since she was...
Despite becoming a major hit, Williams never achieved the lasting fame many expected. That helped turn White on White into one of the era's true forgotten treasures. Its gentle mood also stood apart from the louder rock songs dominating radio stations during the mid-1960s.
I've been dreaming of this day and how...
Leaving behind soft romance and orchestral beauty, the next entry races forward with screeching tires and teenage adrenaline. Number 9, Hey Little Cobra by the Rip Chords. During America's hot rod craze, Hey Little Cobra became one of the most exciting racing songs ever recorded. The Rip Chords combined surf rock harmonies with roaring engine effects that made listeners feel like they were sitting directly beside the starting line.
When the flag went down, you could hear a burn. The stingray had me going.
The recording also featured talented studio musicians connected to producer Brian Wilson's surf music circle, giving the song a polished California sound. Even though it once filled radios everywhere, many people barely remember it today.
When I flew by the stingray, I waved bye-bye.
Do you think Hey Little Cobra deserves to be remembered alongside the biggest car songs of the 1960s? Comment yes if you agree. Leaving the racetrack behind, we now move toward a playful rhythm and blues classic.
Oh, it's in his kid, that's where it is. Oh.
Number 10, the Shoop song, It's in His Kiss by Betty Everett.
And find out what you wanna know.
Betty Everett brought enormous charm and personality to the Shoop song. Instead of dramatic heartbreak, the track offered playful advice about spotting true love, all wrapped inside one of the catchiest choruses of the entire decade. Everett's warm vocal performance helped the song stand out among many rhythm and blues hits of the period. Years later, the tune returned to popularity after Cher recorded a successful cover version for a movie soundtrack. That revival introduced the song to millions who never heard the original recording. From playful romance and soulful melodies, the countdown now heads back to Britain for another powerful invasion of American radio. Number 11. Bits and Pieces by the Dave Clark Five. While the Beatles usually receive most of the attention from the British invasion, the Dave Clark Five were once serious rivals on the charts. Bits and Pieces exploded with pounding drums, crowd-like vocals, and an exciting beat that instantly energized teenage audiences. The song's stomping rhythm made it perfect for parties and dance halls during 1964. Dave Clark also became known as one of the smartest businessmen in rock music, carefully controlling the group's recordings and image. From loud British rock energy, the countdown now shifts toward a bright international hit that helped introduce new sounds to American listeners. Number 12. My Boy Lollipop by Millie Small. My Boy Lollipop became a worldwide sensation thanks to Millie Small's cheerful voice and irresistible rhythm. The Jamaican singer helped bring ska-inspired music into mainstream pop culture long before reggae exploded internationally years later. The upbeat melody made the song feel completely different from traditional American rock and roll records of the era. Even listeners unfamiliar with Caribbean music instantly connected with its joyful sound. Although the track sold millions of copies, it rarely appears in conversations about major 1960s hits today. From sunny island rhythms and sweet harmonies, we now move into the catchy soul grooves of Chicago music history. Number 13. By Major Lance. Major Lance scored one of the catchiest soul hits of 1964 with the unforgettable Produced by Curtis Mayfield, the song blended smooth vocals, lively rhythms, and a playful chorus that listeners could not stop singing. The record became a dance favorite and helped define the energetic Chicago soul sound emerging during the decade. Even though the title looks unusual on paper, audiences remembered it instantly after hearing the melody. Sadly, the song slowly faded from oldies playlists over time. Leaving behind soulful grooves and dance floor energy, the next entry speeds into California with humor, surf culture, and wild storytelling.
If you see her on the street, don't try to choose her.
Number 14. The Little Old Lady from Pasadena by Jan and Dean.
The terror of Colorado Boulevard. It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
Jan and Dean became famous for mixing surf music with comedy, and The Little Old Lady from Pasadena may be their funniest creation. The song tells the story of an elderly woman shocking everyone by driving a powerful car faster than younger drivers around town.
And everybody's saying that there's nobody meaner than the little old lady.
Its fast pace and playful lyrics perfectly captured Southern California car culture during the mid-1960s. Audiences loved the humor, but the musicianship behind the track often gets overlooked today.
Bed of white gardenias.
Even now, the song remains surprisingly entertaining from beginning to end. After all the racing, comedy, and youthful excitement, the countdown closes with one of the gentlest and most emotional ballads of the era.
Your heart may be broken tonight, but tomorrow ends.
Number 15. Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying by Gerry and the Pacemakers.
Don't let the sun catch you crying.
Unlike many louder British invasion hits, Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying showed a softer and more emotional side of 1964 music. Gerry and the Pacemakers blended tender vocals with beautiful orchestration, creating a song filled with comfort and heartbreak at the same time.
The night's the time for all your tears.
The gentle melody helped the record become a lasting favorite for romantic slow dances and late-night radio programs. Although it once stood beside the biggest hits of its time, the song slowly disappeared from mainstream nostalgia. Still, its emotional sincerity remains timeless. And with that touching farewell, our journey through forgotten 1964 classics comes to an end.
The nighttime shadows disappear.
Music history is filled with incredible songs that somehow slipped through the cracks over time. These tracks may not appear on every greatest hits playlist today, but they once defined jukeboxes, dance floors, and radio stations across America and beyond. From soulful ballads to roaring rock anthems, each song captured a unique moment in 1964 music culture. Now I want to hear from you. Which forgotten classic surprised you the most? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Retro Rewind for more musical memories and countdowns from the golden age of music.